turns out you don't have to be a celebrity to experience red carpet jewels. All you have to do is make sure you catch today's episode. Hello and welcome to the Luxe Jewelry Edit. I'm Elizabeth Meniere and I have something extra special for you today. Now, normally this show is all about making luxury affordable, but today I am taking you into the depth of decadence that we offer here at Gems. Are you ready? Are you ready to take in a show? Let's do it. We are starting out today's show with a gorgeous pink spinel. Now this is from our Circelli collection, and it is a top gem world-class rated spinel. It is over 2 3/4 carats. It's oval shape, and we are also accenting that with almost 2 1/4 carat of baguette diamonds. It is all set in 18 karat white gold. This is a rare find of a ring. Let's go ahead and let's talk through. Look at this design. Look at the intricacy we have here. Now you've heard me talk about on other shows, baguette being one of the most difficult cuts to create in a stone. The difficulty is only intensified when it is laid side by side and set with other baguette stones. So you can imagine the time and the skill that was required to get this ring to look as beautiful and perfect as it does. This pink spinel is a deep, beautiful shade of almost a magenta. It's kind of showing a hot pink. When you look into it in the right light, you're gonna see into the depths of almost a crimson. The faceting on this spinel is absolutely unbelievable. Some of that is in part to the oval shape. Oval shape is always such a beautiful cut to put a stone in, but there has been some absolute extra time, effort, and focus on the detail of the way this ring is faceted. I also want to take a moment and let's show you the undercarriage and let's show you the basket. The metalwork here. So we've got filigree metalwork that's going on the underside of the basket. Look at the way that it's just rounded. Look at all of these angles. Look at the way they change. Look at the side. Now, this is one shank, but look at how thick it is. So again, we have this diamonds inset in mill grain metalwork on each side, and then we have the baguette cut going on either side. Just a beautiful high polished piece of white gold. Everything about this ring is giving old world vintage vibes, and I absolutely love it. If you are a collector, if you are someone who loves rare and exotic pieces, this ring is the ring for you. And today I am bringing it to you for $13,630. Now for this next piece, I really wanted to show it to you as a complete set. And I also want to let you know, I recognize that the price points of some of today's pieces might not be your everyday price point for jewelry, but we all need a splurge every once in a while, right? We always need that special anniversary, that special Christmas, that special gift that we've just sort of been waiting and saving for. And even if that's not why you're here, is there not something absolutely incredible about getting to see the true end of luxury that you can get here at Gems? I love showing it to you. So just keep that in mind as we're going through today's pieces. Now this entire set is coral, and I'm gonna start right here with the earrings. Now, if a splurge is not necessarily in your budget, these earrings still just might be the thing for you. These are marquee cut coral, and they also have over 1 1/2 carat, in fact, almost 1 3/4 carat of diamond weight. It is all set in 18 karat yellow gold. Now, the coral has a cabochon finish, and I love the way we have taken these diamonds and gone all the way around. And what you probably noticed when I showed you the complete set, everything about this has a very decadent, but also a little bit of an old world vibe. You'll notice that with a number of these pieces today. I think that when we design or think about high-end jewelry, that high-end price point, the luxury, the decadence, I often think that vibe comes into play. I think it's what we're drawn to. I think it's what a lot of designers and jewelry craftsmen go to. So These earrings are absolutely an example of that, and it is so beautifully done. We've built a halo out of larger than pave cut stones, but set in such a way that the only way to describe it is it almost looks like crushed diamonds just sort of scattered around. But when you look up close, you will see that they do have a slightly larger surface size, and that is what's contributing to that really strong sparkle that you're seeing. Also, don't want to miss any of these little details, just the way they've kind of made this Art Deco style prong instead of a more traditional prong. These earrings are actually a pretty affordable deal. These earrings can be yours today for $49.50. $4,950. So maybe you're not ready to purchase the whole set, but wouldn't this be a great way to get it started? And then you can always have your little wish list on the side of adding the other pieces in the future. This necklace, all it needs is a Cosmo in my hand and a statement black evening dress. Tell me this is not the most exquisite thing you've ever seen. So once again, we have that cabochon finish coral. This time we have over 14 carats of diamond. Look at the sparkle. Look at the way, so you're gonna see very similar to the earrings. And in fact, this one right here is probably almost identical. It's slightly smaller than the earrings I just showed you, but it's gonna be almost identical. And once again, we have, it's a pave style setting, but it is a larger surface size stone. So they are definitely a prong set, but it has that pave look, which is giving us a lot of sparkle. We have this beautiful detailing in the way that they've set the prongs. I also want you to look at the metal work that we have here. So of course, all of the diamonds and adding that level of sparkle absolutely ups the elegance, absolutely ups the luxury factor, but so does all of this metal work that we're seeing. All of this bead metal work, all of the gold beads, all of the carvings. Look at the way that it twists as well. I want to make sure you take a moment and see that, because these are all details that take such intentional design from the jewelry designer. They take such a high level of craftsmanship from those that are creating it. I want to go ahead and I want to show you the back too. Every detail is done, even a detail that no one's ever going to see, the way that it's going to sit on you, having that little bit of opening so that it doesn't get too hot, doesn't get too sticky. These are all thoughtful and intentional designs that are put into the creation of this piece that make it not only one of a kind in terms of its beauty, but one of a kind in terms of its craftsmanship. So once again, we have this beautiful marquee cut coral. We have over 14 carats, almost 14.25 carat of diamond weight. It is all set in 18 karat yellow gold. The length of this necklace is 18 inches, and the price for this, $49,500. So under $50,000, $49,500, this piece could be yours. And rounding out this beautiful collection, we have the same exact replica of the shape, much larger in size, but you're gonna see the same halo, you're gonna see the same cabochon finish in the coral, you're going to see the beautiful detailing in the prongs. I also wanna just point out how thick they made the rim of this gold going around the diamonds. All of those little details are what contribute to making something take your breath away. Even there's details when we look at jewelry we don't even realize we're looking at, or we don't even realize we're taking in. We just know that maybe our heart races, maybe we smile, you can feel how beautiful something is, you feel that desire in your heart, but you don't necessarily realize all the details that are going into it. But those are a lot of the details that you're seeing and that you're taking in when you look at a piece of jewelry and you feel that decadence or you feel that luxury. This entire collection absolutely has that feel. But let's take a moment and give this ring its moment of spotlight. Look at this. That is exquisite. It literally covers from knuckle to knuckle. The entire set is just calling for a night out on the town. The other detail I want to point out before I give you the price, look at the way they've curved this band. So again, thoughtful details add to making a piece one of a kind and exquisite. See the way it kind of rounds and wraps. Couple of reasons that they're doing that. One, it's just a beautiful design feature, but again, when you think about the size and specifically the length of this stone. So this is a stone that's not only large in its surface size, but it's running a long length. it could make it difficult and cumbersome in terms of wear. So not only would you run the risk of it rolling, but it would kind of flip up and down, which would be uncomfortable. So truly top caliber craftsmen when it comes to jewelry, the kinds that we work with here at Gems, are not only being intentional and thoughtful with the design from the way a piece looks, but from the way a piece is going to wear. This piece, in addition to the coral marquee, we have over a carat weight in diamond. It is all set, of course, in 18 karat yellow gold. This ring is a size 6.5. And the ring you can have for $7,900. Now, why am I holding a blank display? Because I want to make sure and remind you that before today's show is over, gracing this will be a $91,000 diamond bracelet. Now, whether that is something you happen to be shopping for, I don't know. I don't know your budget. I don't know what you're celebrating in life. Or maybe you are just dying to see what $91,000 can buy you in a diamond bracelet. Make sure you stay tuned. When it comes to blue stones, there are some really beautiful choices. We have our sapphire, we have our topaz, but aquamarine, that December birthstone, there is really something magical about it. In my house, we call it Queen Elsa blue, and I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It has that icy, royal, regal vibe that is absolutely beautiful. These earrings, there is so much to take in that make them one of a kind. The first thing you want to look at is just the length. Now, these are earrings that are going to make a statement. These are not going to hug or even hang close to the bottom of your earlobe. These are going to drape, these are going to graze almost your chin, certainly close to it. So this is going to make a substantial statement. These earrings would look beautiful with hair up, with hair down. It's almost irrelevant how you wear your hair or what you do for a neckline with an earring like this. It is going to bring the sparkle and it is going to bring a statement either way. We have 35.25 carats of aquamarine in these earrings. 35.25 carats, and it is of course all set in 14 karat white gold. Now, I've seen aquamarine set in both, and I love it both ways, but in the case of white gold, there is something about the way it brings out that cool, icy tone. So you get that cool, icy tone, or Queen Elsa, as we call it in my house, blue, and that is exactly what you're seeing here. Now, you add that to the fact that, as I said, it's going to take up a significant amount of space. It's going to hang beautifully from your ears. This abstracted design is also going to draw attention, and one thing you're probably not realizing when you look at it, because of that abstract design, it's going to essentially frame your face. Now, one thing I love about a sparkly earring, it is the best highlighter and it is the best concealer you will ever wear. Having beautiful sparkly gemstones radiating light on your cheekbones and face, there is not a product on the market that is going to be able to do that for you. And so again, so thoughtfully and beautifully designed. Not only is the abstract shape eye-catching, but it is going to sort of hug the lines of your face and trace right down the side, which is absolutely beautiful. Now, these earrings, all 35.25 carats of the aquamarine set in 14 karat white gold, can be yours for $8,497. If you are new, I want to go ahead and remind you, familiarize yourself with the interface of how to shop, because regardless of whether you are here just to see the level of decadence that I hit, or you are genuinely shopping for an incredible deal, I want to make sure to point out, even though the price points of this show are a little bit higher than what I generally bring you, they are still 60% or more off of what you would pay retail for any of these pieces. So they are a slightly higher price point perhaps for what I'm normally showing, but these are a fraction of what these pieces should and would sell for in retail. So if that is what you're shopping for, if you are shopping for a splurge piece, this is the time and this is the place to buy them. So familiarize yourself with the interface, the QR code you would scan, the link you would click. If you're on YouTube, you're going to want to click the link in the description below. Make sure you've familiarized yourself with that. We still have our showstopper to come, but this next piece brings us to the Abigail pick of the day. For those of you that are new to viewing my show, I have a 7.5-year-old daughter whose favorite thing to do is shop the jewelry in Mommy's show, pick one that is her favorite, it becomes the Abigail pick of the day, and she likes to let you know why she thinks it's absolutely a piece that you need. Now, in the case of this ring, we have multiple shades of fancy colored diamonds, ranging from, we've got a really pale yellow, you're gonna see some deeper orange, almost golden yellows, all the way up to a brown. And what is so unique and beautiful about this particular ring, aside from just the multiple colors of fancy diamond, is that the overall shape, it is set in what becomes a flower. Now that is of course what Abigail decided she loved best about it. A flower made of diamonds is the best. Not really sure that I can disagree with that fact, but let's go ahead and look at even more details about what makes this ring an absolute one of a kind. It is over 3 carats of the fancy color diamond and over 3/4, just shy of another full carat of white diamonds. Now the white diamonds you are seeing, they are 4-prong set going around the edge of each of these beautiful petals. I love the abstract shape of the petals, and whether you can see it or not in the detail, not only is the shape abstract in its outline, but the way they sort of fold backward and forward and at an angle is absolutely beautiful. I mean, as much like a real flower as you could possibly get when you are crafting it out of gold. It is also a 2-tone ring, and I love when a jewelry designer utilizes the color of their metal to enhance what you are seeing in your stones. So you are seeing white gold, 18 karat white gold in the actual ring itself. And how beautiful, if you look at the intention behind this design, doesn't this look almost like a root, almost like a vine that matches the flower on top? So that is 18 karat white gold. Now they have done 18 karat yellow gold where the flower is, which really works to bring the warmth in these fancy colored diamonds. As I said, you're gonna see everything from a beautiful, kind of a bright, almost canary yellow. You're gonna see a very faint, light, beautiful pale yellow, all the way up to a golden, amber, honey colored, and a brown. So that is a really, really stunning spectrum of colors that you're gonna see in these fancy colored diamonds. You are also going to notice a variety of shapes in the stones. So we've got some oval, we've got some pear, we have some round. All of those variances are contributing to what makes the sparkle and the magnificence of this ring so strong. So once again, over 3 carats of the fancy colored diamond, almost a whole carat more of the white diamonds, and it is set in 14 karat, both white and yellow gold. Now this ring is a size 7, but we are able to size up and down 1 to 2 sizes. I can't guarantee how much they can go up or down, but we absolutely can size this ring 1 to 2 sizes. So I know for me, I'm about 6.5, 6 3/4. So they could size that down and make this the perfect fit for me. But right now it is a size 7. Now this one-of-a-kind piece at a one-of-a-kind price can be yours for $8,200. $8,200. This beautiful piece of art you can wear on your finger anytime you like. If you've ever heard or used the expression dripping in diamonds, these are the earrings they were referring to when they said it. We have almost 11 3/4 carats, so over 11.5, almost 11 3/4 carat of baguette diamonds. And it is set in 18 karat white gold. And these beautiful earrings, I want to take a moment and I want you to look at the design detail. Now, once again, we've taken a baguette cut stone, which I have shared multiple times is an extremely difficult cut of a stone. It is extremely difficult because the faceting has to be so precise so that the angles are all exactly the same so that it refracts light the way it needs to. And if it is not cut absolutely perfectly, it essentially becomes a worthless stone. So when you see baguette cut stones, you know we are talking a very high level of craftsmanship and detail. But now what they have done that is so beautiful is they have paired them together to essentially create squares, and then they have used those squares to build a greater open box. They have also added round diamonds in each of the corners. Round diamonds are often used and really appreciated because of the way they sparkle. The natural way facets are going to be cut into a round shaped diamond. You will often hear it referred to even as a brilliant cut. Really lends itself to a tremendous amount of sparkle, a tremendous amount of light refraction. So by combining those in these earrings, you are going to get an absolutely breathtaking piece of jewelry. Now, one thing I love about these is not only are they going to dangle, but I want to go ahead and show you they're not only long, but look at the way they're going to dance on your ears. See the way they're going to just drape and fall? That is going to be so beautiful. And all of this light and all of this color that it is reflecting out is going to be going right up on your face, giving you a beautiful highlight, giving you a beautiful sparkle, and completing any formal look that you can imagine absolutely perfectly. I see these earrings, I immediately think of just a beautiful sweetheart neckline or an off-the-shoulder neckline, maybe a really simple swept up updo. And these earrings, I mean, you could go from mom picking up kids at school to black tie elegance in 30 minutes. Hair up, black dress, these earrings. That is all it would take. Once again, we've got almost 11 3/4 carats of the white diamonds. It is all set in 18 karat white gold. And these beautiful earrings are available today exclusively for the Luxe Jewelry Edit at the price of $36,124 for these beautiful white diamond earrings. Now, before we move into this next piece, because I know I am going to get questions on Instagram or the comments on YouTube, the rings I have been wearing this whole show, they are incredible. If you saw the last episode of this show, you already know how to get them. But if not, if this is the first episode that you're tuning into, no worries. Just go ahead, scroll down, and the episode just before today's, you will see these two beautiful rings, and they are a steal. They are an absolute steal. So if you are loving these as much as I do, there's a reason I never took them off once I finished the show. Make sure you go and check it out. Now this next piece, how fun is this? We have natural pink diamonds and white diamonds, but as if that could get any better, we have it in a panther head. Now I also want you to notice, look at these beautiful green stone eyes. I mean, there could not be more detail. There could not be more design and intention put into this bracelet if you tried. It is a hulky bracelet. It has a presence. It is a bit heavy, but in the best way. It is the kind of heavy that makes you feel like a rock star when you are wearing it. If I were wearing this bracelet, nobody could tell me anything. Nobody could tell me anything if I was walking around wearing this bracelet. I love the design, the way the clasp is. It just folds open right like this. So simple, so easy. One of the details that I absolutely love that they've done in this bracelet is they have done 18 karat two-tone gold. So they have done 18 karat rose gold and they have done 18 karat white gold. So the pink natural diamonds, it is such a subtle, beautiful, understated hue of pink, but they have set it in rose gold. So that is giving that warmth, that richness, and that really subtle touch of pink. But then for the white diamonds, they have set that in the white gold, which is enhancing their brilliance and enhancing their sparkle. Simple detail, doesn't seem like much, but what a difference it makes. Look at the way the two different colors of diamond pop. It's subtle, it's not obnoxious or in your face, but oh my heavens, is it beautiful. Look at that. Look at the details around his face. You've got the slightly larger diamonds kind of going right around his mouth. How beautiful is that? And then of course we cannot ignore this stunning metalwork. I want to make sure and show you the thickness as well. Because again, as I said, this is a substantial bracelet. This is a beautiful piece that not only looks incredible, but you are going to feel incredible when you put this on. So again, we have almost 8.5 carats of the natural pink diamond. We have almost 2.5 carats of the white diamond. It is all set in 18 karat rose and white gold. And this bracelet is available today, the exclusive Luxe jewelry edit price, $36,647. $36,647. This absolutely one of a kind. I mean, you are never going to find anything even remotely like this piece. If you are the person who purchases this beautiful piece, please do me a favor and share it on Instagram and tag me at Elizabeth.Meniere. I want to see how you style this bracelet. We are 2 pieces away from the showstopper that I know you are tuned in to see. So bear with me, but you are going to be so mesmerized by these next 2 pieces, you will barely notice the time passing you by. This next necklace, over 30.75 carats of diamond. And then another 2.75 carat of round diamonds, all set in 18 karat white gold. The shape of this necklace, I want to just look at for a moment the surface that this is going to take up. This is almost tiptoeing into the realm of being just a full collar. This is absolutely beautiful. When you think about any sort of sweetheart or strapless, or even something with a really dainty, delicate strap, how beautiful would this be? And I absolutely love the way the designers in this particular piece they've sort of merged a more industrial, you kind of have almost a nod to chainmail vibe. So you've got a little bit of a stronger, tougher, again, almost that industrial, very trendy vibe with something so timeless as a diamond collar necklace. And by bringing those 2 pieces together, I love the way they have put these stones together in a little trio in between each of the circles. The metalwork on this necklace is absolutely incredible. The way they have taken, over 30.75 carat weight of diamond, and again, then another 2.75 carat weight of diamond. I mean, that alone, just the carat weight alone, is so spectacular. But the designers of this piece didn't stop at that. And that is something, if you have been shopping with me or Gems for any length of time, you have come to realize that we just set the standard, we set that bar so high. So something as simple as just a high carat weight or even a high quality stone is not enough. There has to be the most excellent of attention to detail, both in the way something looks and in the way something's going to wear. This necklace is such a beautiful example of that, because again, this is the kind of carat weight that wows you. This is the kind of carat weight that almost you would feel like you don't have to worry about the attention to detail. But we are bringing it. We are still putting in the attention to detail. We've got the little micro pave going around some of the circles. Again, we have this little trio of diamonds the way they're put together. We've got one continuous line, almost essentially a tennis necklace when you look at the innermost circle. There is so much to look at when you take in this necklace. I feel like you could stare at it for 30 minutes and take in something new or a new detail the entire time. That is what makes this necklace so magnificent. The length of this necklace is 16 inches. And if I didn't say it, it is all set in 18 karat white gold. Beautiful choice for really bringing out the brilliance and the sparkle of these diamonds. So just to remind you, over 30.75 carat of diamond, then another 2.75 carat of the round diamonds, all set in 18 karat white gold. All of this can be yours for $47,880. $47,880, and this beautiful, beautiful piece of jewelry can be around your neck. This next piece is for all of my July babies, or my July weddings, or my July special anniversaries of a special event, or all of my ruby lovers. This next piece brings 22.5 carats of beautiful oval rubies and 7.5 carat of white diamonds. Now it is set in 18 karat yellow, and white gold. So once again, we are seeing that beautiful intentional design where the rubies are set in the yellow gold and the diamonds are set in the white gold. And what is that doing? Well, the yellow gold and its warmth is bringing out the depth and the warmth of the ruby, and the white gold is bringing out that cool, radiant sparkle of the white diamonds. Now this bracelet, let's appreciate it on for a moment. What I love about this bracelet is it is very much from a functionality perspective, it's going to remind you of a tennis bracelet. Now, of course, that is not the shape of the stones, that is not by definition what it is, but when you think about how it's going to feel wearing it, that is what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like a tennis bracelet in the way it just sort of drapes and hugs your wrist. And I love that because it is not only a beautiful way to showcase the stones, but it does make it a little bit easier to wear because it's going to have that soft flexibility. It's going to hug your wrist. It's going to kind of adjust to the places you are and the things that you're doing. It'll just kind of dance along. Look at the way the color is dancing as it reflects in those stones. What I love about a bracelet, because our hands and our wrists are such a prominent part of what we do in a day, right? Constantly reaching, grabbing, moving. If you're me, you talk with your hands. So they are always sort of front and center. And a bracelet is just such a beautiful way to add a bit of sparkle, add a bit of decadence, add a bit of elegance. Now, a bracelet like this, it's funny because while I would absolutely classify it as a bit of a splurge or a special occasion gifting piece, it is also something that I could see myself wearing every day. Now, I'm not saying necessarily in the carpool line or grocery shopping, but absolutely lunch with girlfriends, absolutely drinks after work, absolutely a casual date night. It is not something that has to be reserved for special occasions. And for me, there is something so magical about that. One of the things I love and use jewelry for, I have shared in the past, I use it absolutely to elevate my style. I am not a fashion girly, so I use it to elevate my style. But I also sometimes use it to elevate just the magic or the fairy tale or the romance of my everyday life. I mean, we are all caught in a grind of some kind, right? A beautiful, magical grind. I love being a mom. I surely love what I do here. But when we can add a little bit of romance, a little bit of magic, a little bit of beauty, especially a little unnecessary sparkle, if you will, it really just ups the elegance of our life and I think puts that little extra pep in our step. And this bracelet is perfect for that. So once again, we have over 22.5 carats of ruby, 7.5 carats of the white diamond. It is set in two-tone 18 karat gold. So we have the yellow and we have the white gold. The bracelet length is 7.5 inches. And the price on this beautiful bracelet is $41,108 for 22.5 carats of ruby and 7.5 carats of diamond. Okay, the moment is here. If you have been watching today's show because you, like I was, are dying to see what a $91,000 diamond bracelet looks like, the moment is here. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, $91,000 in diamonds. Before I show you this piece, I want to make sure that it gets its full glory. I want you to have no distractions. Let me go ahead and take these beautiful rings off. I want nothing to distract you from the utter decadence and the utter luxury of what I'm about to show you, because I'm excited. It is not every day, even in what I do, that a $91,000 diamond bracelet is just hanging around on my desk. So I'm pretty giddy, pretty excited. Are we ready? Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. How beautiful is this? Over 20.25 carats of pink natural diamond, and that is what you are seeing here in the center, set in the rose gold. And then we have over 8.5 carats of white diamonds set in the 18 karat white gold. Now, I also want to bring your attention, look at this buckle. Everything about this bracelet is incredible. I don't know, there is something about the detail on this. That is so much diamond. I mean, there is so much diamonds in my hand right now. I'm a little bit scared to move, and I'm also kind of giddy and just want to keep touching it and showing it to you. This is unbelievable. I mean, when in your life, when in my lifetime, is this going to be something that's just, you know, just part of the regular day? Unbelievable. This is the kind of decadence. This is the kind of luxury. This is once in a lifetime luxury. This is what we can bring you here at Gems. It is absolutely magnificent. Just shy of 20.5 carats of pink natural diamond and over 8.5 carats of white diamond set in 18 karat rose and white gold for $91,000. How excited are you that you got to see that today? I'm sweating. I am actually sweating out of excitement for holding this, for seeing it. I loved getting to share this piece with you because, again, once in a lifetime moment, even seeing something like this. I can assure you most people will go their entire lifetime and not even see a $91,000 diamond bracelet. But now you have. I cannot believe that that brings us to the end of today's show. Today's show was so special for me. You know, being in this line of work, I am really fortunate. I get to see and experience and touch and learn about these exquisite, decadent stones and pieces of jewelry as part of my life. But being able to share them with you, it's kind of given me goosebumps. It has been so much fun. It has truly been an honor. I would love to keep this conversation or this party going. Head on over to Instagram. Elizabeth.Meniere is my handle. I would love to hear your thoughts, specifically about my showstopper today, $91,000 diamond bracelet. I mean, what was your first impression? I remember what mine was when I first saw it. I want to know what yours was, and I just cannot wait to hear how you felt and what you thought about seeing all of the beautiful pieces today. Again, it has truly been an honor and just such an exciting show for me to film. I'll see you next time.